Thank you. Wes, you and I have known each other a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We face significant challenges at home in the district throughout Michigan. And I think I'm the last speaker on our side. What I'd really like to do is yield you the balance of my time so that you can tell this committee what you think is important to keeping manufacturing in our district, in Michigan, and in America.
Thank you, Congressman. I think what's really important is, you know, obviously we're having a heart attack right now. We've got to get that solved, and that means that we've got to be able to have access to cash. So that's number one. And the programs that are being proposed, they can't come fast enough. But I think some of the real issues in manufacturing really have to do, from my standpoint, is for instance, our trade policies and lack of enforcement. We're just seeing in Michigan, since the recession, 400,000 jobs leave. What I call the recession in 2000, which is really when the recession in manufacturing started, there's been almost 6 million jobs vacated. And again, manufacturing jobs are the backbone of this nation. It has the highest job creation factor. For every Tier 1 automotive job that was in Michigan, it also employed an additional anywhere from four to seven other jobs. They are absolutely key jobs that we need to keep going, and particularly in our state. They're good jobs. They're high-paying jobs. They have great benefits programs. I think manufacturing has been overlooked and particularly not appreciated, not necessarily in the Midwest. Certainly, as I always say in Michigan, is that, you know what, all of our congressional members in Michigan sing from the same hymnal. They just sit in different churches. And the reality is that we understand what's important for our state to work. And clearly, we've got to address our trade policies. We have to address the fact that our trading partners do not behave properly, whereas we just kind of open up the doors and say, come on in. And unfortunately, it has put us at a very distinct disadvantage. It's one of the reasons banks don't like to make loans to manufacturing, is because they understand it. They see that. They clearly understand that, you know what, with the pressures we're seeing from low-cost countries and the way that they're being coddled and handled by their governments, as they just suck jobs away from the U.S., they know that, they see that, and if they clearly understand that if Congress won't do anything about it, if the government won't do anything about it, then they're just going to find somewhere else to park their money. And that's clearly what we've seen. We have got to address this policy. I believe that in my heart. You can just see it. You can see it since 2000. And I can tell you that from my standpoint that in 2000 in my industry, I've had to deal with 32 customer bankruptcies. Prior to 2000, in the history of our company, we dealt with one. It is absolutely catastrophic, and we need manufacturing in the United States, and it's just not being appreciated.
If I can reclaim the balance of my time, I think that the point you make is absolutely necessary for Congress to hear. While we support trade on a fair and equitable basis, and I would add with free nations, what we continue to see is what Natan Sharansky told us a long time ago. How a nation treats its own people is how it will treat other nations. And when you look at some of the practices engaged in the domestic policies of nations that are our trading partners, that the average American would find repugnant, that the average American would find is antithetical to the concept of human liberty coming from a creator rather than a central government, I think you can understand why the United States has employers like Wes Smith and others in this country who try to provide a humane and decent job for their workers so they can pursue their happiness. Why we are at a distinct disadvantage because we are a good and decent country when competing or trading with other nations that have no regard for the rights of their people except as pawns to be used in the political game or to be used in a mercantilist strategy to deindustrialize the United States. Thank you for coming, Wes. I'll see you after.
All right.
Time is expired.